Today I've got some MacKenzie-Childs inspired Easter DIYs to share, all made with fresh picks from Dollar Tree. Welcome to CJ DIY. I am C. I found those Easter wooden cutouts at Dollar Tree and I wanted to give them a nice makeover. I painted them with the Dollar Tree acrylic paint in a white paint, just one layer. I let them dry and now I am decoupaging them with MacKenzie-Childs napkins. On the top part for my egg cutout, I am using the checkerboard napkin with adding a Mod Podge, and slowly with my fingers and the brayer I went over to smooth it out and cutting off the excess. After I cut off the excess, I'm smoothing out the edges with a Mod Podge and a brush, and I am adding another napkin on the bottom part of this egg and repeating the same step with adding a Mod Podge and smoothing it out with my fingers and the brayer. MacKenzie-Childs are known for their whimsical, colorful decorations, and today I'm bringing you beautiful colors ready for spring and Easter, all made with Dollar Tree items, and they all look so high-end that you would love to have them in your home. After I sealed the napkins with a Mod Podge, I am also adding a black paint around the edges of this tabletop. I let it dry, and to smooth it even more out, I am adding a parchment paper, and with my mini press I went over, and now with the golden marker from Dollar Tree I am just adding a line around the edges to make it closer to the MacKenzie-Child beautiful looks. Also, where those two napkins are divided, I added velvety lilac ribbon, also from Dollar Tree. I cutting off the excess, created 4-loop simple bow, and I glue it on top of it. And also for extra embellishment, I'm adding one of those cute butterflies 3D stickers from Dollar Tree, and that part is done. For my bunnies tabletops, I'm adding a different kind of napkins. The one that you're seeing with the flowers is from Dollar Tree. You can use any napkins that you prefer. Doesn't need to be those that I'm using. You can have a variety of different combinations and they will look equally beautiful. For my first bunny, I'm adding this MacKenzie's napkin with a white background and the floral, and on top I will be adding the black checkered napkin to make it cohesive with my egg tabletop. And I'm repeating the same step, adding a Mod Podge, cutting off the excess, adding the second part of the napkin, and then smoothing out with the parchment paper and a mini press. And then for my second bunny, I did the same step, except I added the black napkin with the floral, also from MacKenzie's. I will try to find the links. They're not that pricey. You can make decoupage with them and make so many creations with them, and they'll be perfect for spring and Easter this year. And to finish off those two cute bunnies, I went over with my golden marker around the edges, creating a line. And for embellishment, I created a lace bows on both of them. I also added the lilac ribbon that I use on my egg, and that's pretty much it. Also, I paint out the edges with the black paint to make it more high-end. And for extra embellishment, I am adding those checkered buttons that I got from Totally Dazzled. They're such a beautiful little detail, but they look like we bought those bunnies from one of the MacKenzie-Childs boutique stores. Now from my chicky, I am just using one napkin, and this is the one with the white background and the floral from MacKenzie's, and decoupage in it with a Mod Podge. And in the middle part, I just created a beautiful 2-loop bow with the Harlequin yellow print. And that's it for this cute chicky. Super quick and easy makeover, but together with the bunnies and the egg, it came out simply gorgeous. And I suggest when you see those cutouts in Dollar Tree, they're selling out super fast, so grab them so you can make a similar makeover like mine. For my next makeovers, I'm using those cake boards from Dollar Tree. I spray painted them with a pink paint, and now on top of them, I'm adding those cute signs that I got from Temu, but you can add any round signs that Dollar Tree is selling, and they will be equally beautiful. For extra embellishment, I created bows with my checkerboard ribbon, and on top of it I added some pink lace bows also, and it looks just perfect. Another amazing finds at Dollar Tree are those charger plates. I grabbed 2 of them and I spray painted them with a white paint. And for the edges, I like those edges on those charger plates because I grabbed my distressing brush, and with a black paint I went over the edges just to give them extra look. And in the middle part I'm adding those 2 signs also from Temu, but as I mentioned, you can add any kind of sign that you prefer, or you can add napkin as well. With decoupage napkin on the middle part is gonna look equally beautiful. On top, I added a bow on one of them, and here how they all look together. My next inspiration are those topiaries from MacKenzie's. They look gorgeous but also a bit pricey. Dollar Tree is selling those football shaped tumblers, just perfect for my topiary. So what I did is I removed the bottom part, and I am removing the cap with the straw, and I am spray painting the middle part with a white spray paint. Those spray paints are from Amazon. They were like $5 a piece, so grab them. The price is very reasonable, and you can make so many projects with those spray paints. And now after the spray paint is dry, I am decoupaging the tumbler with a checkerboard napkin and a Mod Podge. I went over to make sure I don't rip off the napkin because it's super tiny. I cut off the excess and also seal it with a Mod Podge. I let it dry, and with the press I went over on top of the parchment paper to smooth out the whole tumbler with it. I'm putting back the golden part on the bottom. On top, I'm adding the golden marker just to give that high-end look. and it's not looking like a football tumbler. It looks like an egg to me. Now for the floral part, I will be using those cupcakes liners, and I will be using a foam ball. So it will be perfect to add any kind of flower, but I wanted to try it with those liners and see how it is, because it's super cute and it's not that pricey. You can make so many floral petals with those, and it's not gonna cost you much. I will fill out the whole sphere with those liners, and after it's filled, we're gonna add it on top of our egg tumbler that we made. Now that my yellow sphere is done, I added one of those wooden sticks from Dollar Tree. I am filling out the tumbler with the shopping bag and floral foam. I'm adding the wooden stick on top of the foam and then covering the foam with a green moss from Dollar Tree. I created 4 loop bows with this yellow Harlequin ribbon, and that's it for this topiary. For my next topiary, I'm using another foam ball and different kind of flowers. I got those bluish, grayish flowers in my stash. You can add any kind of flower as you prefer. I will be adding different kind on my topiaries. I'm just cutting off those wires from the flowers and filling out this foam with them. And I have a perfect look for my second topiary that I'm creating today. I'm adding a wooden stick on the bottom. Those wooden sticks are from Dollar Tree. They came as a 4 pieces, so they're perfect for topiaries. And I am using another tumbler that I decoupaged, and the same way like I did on my yellow tumbler, I'm repeating it on this topiary as well, except this one is a different color. I have also created different bows with this blue lace and the checkered ribbon. I tie it on my wooden stick, and voila! For my next topiary, I am creating an egg tree. You can use that foam from Dollar Tree. I happen to have a larger foam in my stash, so I will be using this larger foam. I painted with a green paint. Doesn't need to be perfect. All I need is a different color than white, and because I will be covering it with eggs. I got those eggs in my stash throughout the years that I am decorating for Easter, and now somehow I lost the footage. What I did is I start gluing and covering this foam with these eggs until the whole foam is covered with it. I created a pattern with all those different colorful eggs that I have, and I think it came out just perfect. So with adding mini eggs from Dollar Tree and covering them in one of those foams, you can have a perfect topiary ready for Easter. Now that my tree is covered with eggs, I will be adding golden pearls in between the spaces where those eggs were glued. And not just we will fill out the empty spaces, we're gonna have an extra embellishment on my egg topiary. And look how beautiful and high-end it looks. It looks like the original look. For the bottom part, I will be using one of those Valentine's buckets. I just removed the handle and I spray painted them with a white paint, of course. I let them dry, and then when they're dry, I just covered them with napkins. On one of them, I used the black checkered napkin, of course, to make it look closer to the MacKenzie-Childs look. And simple, easy, beautiful, high-end look. I just love to make all those topiaries. I made some for Christmas and for fall, and they look so high-end, and nobody know that I made them with Dollar Tree items. I am adding a wooden Dollar Tree stick on the bottom part of my tree, and then adding it inside of the foam on my bucket, and I'm covering the bucket with the green moss. I have also created 4-loop bow with this blue and pink MacKenzie-Childs ribbon. You can add any kind of ribbon as you prefer, doesn't need to be a checkered board. And that's it for this look. For my next topiary, I wanted to show you this lilac checkered napkin that I got. Dollar Tree is selling similar napkin like this with a checkered lilac, so grab it, it's gonna look perfect. So I'm adding this napkin until it's all covered the same way like I did for my others. For this topiary, I am showing you those cute peonies. Those are from Dollar Tree. They're such a good quality, and they came out perfect on my foam ball and looks just cohesive with my planter on the bottom. I have also created 4-loop bow with my ribbons that I have. I have also made a pink topiary with a pink checkered napkin, and also for the foam ball, I made pink flowers with these cupcake liners, and they all came out perfect and super cohesive with my planter. And look how beautiful they all look together. I have also found those cute Easter trees from Dollar Tree that they're lining up. For the bottom part, I used MacKenzie checkered ribbon just to give them a high-end look and perfect to stage your vignette. Also, those bunnies, the blue one and the pink one on the sides, are from Dollar Tree with the glasses. The one in the middle is from Home Goods, and everything looks so cohesive, whimsical, and beautiful. For my other charger plate that I spray painted, I'm adding another sign from Temu, and I will be adding this charger plate slash sign into my wreath. I have this wreath in my stash. I had it since last year. I bought it from Joann for like $7. It was on clearance, and I think it's gonna look perfect with adding this sign in the middle. To add this sign, I just added a twine on the back of the charger plate, on top and on the bottom, and then I will tie this twine on the back part of my wreath. To make my wreath more whimsical and beautiful, I'm adding those roses that I got in my stash and some leaves to it. You can create wreath like this with adding greeneries to one of those metal wreaths from Dollar Tree and cover them all with the greeneries that Dollar Tree is having, and it will look just perfect on your door for Easter and spring. I have also created a large bow with 3 kinds of ribbon, one with a checkered ribbon, the other one is pink, this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, and then I have another ribbon in my stash with a pink with stripes. I combined them all and I created couple of loops. I tied them in the middle, and then on top of it I also added a 4-loop lace ribbon just for extra little detail, and that's it. I mean, you can make any kind of bow that you like, any kind of design, any kind of color. The sky is the limit and you will never be wrong. If you see those large egg topiary at Dollar Tree, grab them because you can make a miracles. Also grab one of those lanterns from Dollar Tree. I grabbed the white one because my inspiration is this topiary from MacKenzie's that they're selling for $499. So what I will do is I will create the same pattern that topiary have, and all you need to do is a permanent marker. You can use paint, but with a marker is way easier, and also it's gonna save you a lot of money because this marker I used for all my eggs and 2 of my topiaries total with creating all these cute patterns. On the large egg, I am just creating line, and it was so easy to work with because those eggs have like ribs, and you just follow those ribs and create patterns as you wish. You can also add different colors. Those permanent markers from Dollar Tree are just perfect. I decided to go with mine just black and white to match and be cohesive with my decor. I like that shiny, pearly look that this egg have. It was so easy. It's only time consuming to create all those stripes to all of my eggs, and this is how it looks when it's done on my first one. Also, for extra embellishment, I added polka dots with my golden marker and just giving a high-end look closer to the MacKenzie-Childs. You can also add some pearls to it. That's gonna look perfect, but this time I was in a hurry, so I just add the golden marker. On my second egg, I am just creating a Harlequin pattern. I am using the liner to be easier, and I'm filling them out with my black marker. Now that the second part is done, I'm also adding extra embellishment with the golden marker, just with adding dots between the squares and give it a more high-end look. I'm putting my two pieces together just to see how it will look, and it already looked beautiful. Between the eggs, I will be adding a golden ribbon also off camera. You will see at the end. And then for my third egg, I am just adding lines and filling them up with black marker. And also when those lines are done, on each side I will be adding a golden frame just to make it cohesive with my other two eggs. And that's it. I did two of those topiaries. They're perfect for outdoor. They're perfect by your fireplace. Anywhere you put those, you will never be wrong. Now that my eggs are all done, I'm putting them all together, and as I mentioned, in the middle part I added a golden ribbon. And to make my topiary taller, I will be adding this lantern that I heavy distressed with this golden paint. I let it dry, and then I add this lantern on the bottom part of my topiaries. I have also created bow that I glue it on the bottom part on that lantern, and that's it. At the party section, you can find variety of nice gift boxes. The one who caught my eye was this cute spring box, and I wanted to give it a nice makeover. I really like how the cover looks just perfect for spring. I will add those colorful straws with adding 2 in the back part of my box and adding 2 more in the front part of this box, with creating like a nice flower spring card, perfect for our home decor. In the front part, I cut off those 2 straws just a little bit so my cover can like bend over, so it can look like original flower card, just like so. Tiffany blue is just a perfect spring color, and this card have all those colors that I wanted to. I fill out the inside part of my card with a shopping bag and a floral foam. I cover the floral foam with a green moss from Dollar Tree. And before I start decorating my card, also to rise it up, I ended up adding those yellow vase fillers on each side of my card, and I think it looks super cute and whimsical and just perfect for spring. I also added a lights that at the end I will glue those lights on top of the roof, and also I added those cute duckies that I got from Timu. You can also add some bunnies, eggs, whatever you prefer. And I'm filling out the space with this vase filler, those colorful foam balls. And also in between I added some flowers, and not even 5 minutes you have a new look for this flower spring cart. Those glass vases are such a great find at Dollar Tree, together with these candle holders. When you combine them all, you can turn them into a multi-purpose glass apothecary look-alike jars. So I grabbed 2 of each so we can make a nice perfect look. I'm also using those holders that I thrifted while before, and I will be gluing them on top of my holders. Before that, I spray painted them with a white color. I am also using a mirror coasters, also from Dollar Tree, that I spray painted them with a white also, and I will be using them as a lid on top of my jars. On top of my lids, I will be adding crystal handle. Before that, I am measuring just to see the middle part where I will be gluing them, and then we will go on the next step. I'm adding a super glue from Dollar Tree, and I will let those handles stand just a little bit because they're slippery when we add them right away. So I just added a glue and leave it on the side until it's ready to add that handle on my coaster lid. For my next step, I will be adding those holders that I thrifted on top of my candle holders, with adding the super glue and just moving them upside down and leaving them on the side until they're all fully, completely glued. And after they're completely glued, you have a perfect multi-purpose look with these vase/jars that you can use them as an organization piece, or you can use them as a decoration piece with adding some LED candles inside, or just decorate them throughout the season. You can add some eggs inside of it, or you can add some candies for your kitchen. I mean, the sky is the limit. Every time when I visit Dollar Tree, I like to visit their frame section because they always have something new in there. This time I found those cute white frames with a golden detail around, and those are perfect for spring decor. So what I will do first, I will be using my IOD bow molds, and with my glue gun I'm adding a hot glue inside of my mold to fill out all those bows that I will be adding on my frames. You can add air dry clay or resin, but with adding the glue it was easier and it was super fast. So now that they're dry, I removed them, I painted them with my gold matte finish paint, and now I like to see which of those bows can look the best on my 8x10 frames. I decided to add my larger bows on top of my frames with their tails. And with adding these bows on top of those frames, it looks like those frames originally were bought like this. You will not notice a difference. And they look so high-end and very expensive, and it will be a perfect look for your home decor. If you don't have molds to create bows like this, you can simply make any kind of bow or other details and can look super cute and very high-end. Now that my bows are glued, I will be adding those cute striped rice sheets from Decoupage Central, and I won't decoupage them. I will just add them inside as a picture so I can change it throughout the seasons. I'm just cutting off the excess on the edges, and that's it for this quick and easy hack. For my 5x7 frames, I did the same thing pretty much. I added a different print from these Decoupage Central sheets. I cut off the portion just enough to fit for the inside part, and I have added the cute bows that I made on the bottom part of my frames, and I have a perfect set for my vignette. Another cute makeover that I did is with these birthday gift boxes. I spray painted them with this ocean mist spray paint, and now that I covered them all and I let them dry, I will be creating stripes. So I get one of those painter's tapes from Dollar Tree, and simply I am just creating stripes until the whole box is filled with those stripes, and then I will add some white acrylic paint to create the stripe, and I will turn those boxes into jewelry boxes. But not just that, they can be a perfect statement on your shelves, and also you can use them as a storage at the same time, and a beautiful modern fashionable statement on your corners. Now that they're all covered with the painter's tape and I made stripes, I am just adding 2 coats with the white acrylic paint, and then I will let it dry and I will remove the tapes and we will have a perfect look with stripes. You don't need to be a lover of a stripes or this paint, but I think this Tiffany bluish mintish color is just a perfect look for spring and also Easter. So now that I removed the stripes, this is the look that I have. It looks super cute. Now to add some embellishment and to make them more high-end, I will be using my air dry clay and my IOD stamps. So what I did is I smoothed out the portion of my clay, and then on top I went over with my mold. I'm using these tags for my boxes, and after I created the design, I'm just cutting off the axis and then I will paint off those tags and I will glue them in front of my boxes. And they look super cute and beautiful with this little detail on them. The color that I use is this mintish color that is from Dollar Tree. It looks super cute on those tags. And then to glue it on my box, I just add a super glue, and to speed up the gluing also on the edges, I added a hot glue, and that's it for that part. Another little detail that I added for my jewelry boxes are those doorknobs that they're also from Dollar Tree. With the knife, since this is a cardboard, I just made a little hole so I can add those knobs to it, and I tie it with their hardware on the inside part. And look at those cute jewelry boxes. Can you believe that those are made out of Dollar Tree birthday gift boxes? I love to work on the wooden cutouts from Dollar Tree, and those 2 shapes are just perfect for spring and Easter. On top of them, I will be adding those decoupage sheets from Decoupage Central, and we will turn them into a beautiful high-end tabletops for our vignettes. Simply, I'm adding a Mod Podge and adding my decoupage sheet on top. Super quick and easy makeover. I didn't need it to add some paint since those wood pieces are light enough. Perfect for decoupage. I am smoothing out with the brayer and then cutting off the axis on the side of my oval shapes, and then on the edges you will see that there is no enough sheet to cover those parts. So what I did to cover those parts, I also added an extra from those decoupage sheets just to make them look like all piece is covered together, just like so. So with the axis sheets, I am just filling out the empty spaces. After my first piece is complete, I will repeat the same steps on my other 3 wooden plaques. And now that they're all nice and sealed and smooth out, to complete the look, for the framing, I will be using the same mint paint that I used on my jewelry containers to make it all nice and cohesive with my decoupage print. They all blend in together. like those art pieces were originally bought like this. Super cute and easy makeover. You can add any kind of napkins or bunnies or stickers on those wooden plaques from Dollar Tree. You will never be wrong, and you can create your own creations. Perfect for your home decor, perfect for spring and Easter. I am adding another little detail to my frames with adding a golden line with this golden marker from Dollar Tree on top of the sheet where I added the rice sheet, and then in the middle part where these signs have like a crannies in between, some nice design. So with this gold and this mint color, they blend in together perfect. And another little detail are those lace bows that I made, and this mint ribbon also is from Dollar Tree, and I'm gluing those bows on top of each sign. And then for the bottom part, I added some flowers and some greeneries to make them more cuter. And that's it for this cute and easy creation. The kids section at Dollar Tree, I found those wood round puzzles. I grabbed 2 of them, and now I will give it a nice makeover. I removed those puzzle pieces from both of those wood rounds, and I'm making them into one thicker piece with adding a glue on the inside part. For permanent hold, I'm adding a Titebond glue, and for Insta glue, I'm adding a hot Gorilla glue. For the side part of my wood round, I will be adding those wooden sticks from Walmart. Those are the jumbo ones. I have cut them off on 1.5 inches, and I am gluing them around the edges of my wood round. And to cover it all, I needed 22 wooden pieces. And again, I'm adding a Titebond glue for permanent and hot Gorilla glue for Insta gluing. Now that all pieces are together, we have a perfect tray. I am painting it with this Dixie Belle paint in color pink. I gave it a 2 good coats, and now on top of my tray, I will be adding one of those paint inlays from IOD collection booklet called Delft Traditions Noir. I'm cutting off a round shape, And before I add the inlay, to apply the inlay, you need a wet paint. I'm adding one layer of the same paint that I added on my tray, and I will be adding my inlay on top of it. If you don't have inlay, you can always add some napkins per your taste. Now that the paint is added, I spray my inlay with the water so I can make the paint work from this paint inlay, and I'm adding it on my round and smoothing it out. Make sure it's all nice and smooth. And now I'm also dabbing it with a wet towel so all this beautiful paint inlay design can be applied on my tray. I am also adding extra water to make sure it's all wet, and I'll leave it for a good 1 to 2 hours to get it dry. Now on the other side of my tray, I wanted to make this tray reversible. I will be adding some IOD transfers from this Rose Botanical Spring collection, and I'm adding those transfers with scraping tool. I'm just releasing the header sheet and I am working through it until the whole IOD transfer is added on my tray. I am also adding another bush. The beauty for the IOD transfers is you can mix and match and add different kind of transfers and put them all together in one and create a beautiful unique piece. As you can see, I added some leaves on the bottom to complete those looks, and voila! I will also seal it with a clear DIY wax. And now that my paint inlay is dry, I am also spraying it with the water, and I am going over with a wet towel, and I will remove that paint inlay header sheet. I just grab a wooden skewer to be easier for me to remove this paper, and voila, look at this beautiful transfer that I made on this very inexpensive tray. I can use it as a riser with this pink candle holder from Dollar Tree, and I'm showing you the both sides, and this look is complete. For my next creation, I will be using this egg-shaped sign and the smaller egg sign. I spray painted them with a white paint, and on the smaller piece, I'm adding a 1 coat of a chalk paint, and I am adding another paint inlay. This time will be from the Spring Melody IOD paint inlay collection. Now that my paint was wet, I added those cute bunnies with the bushes, same way like I did on my tray. I'm smoothing it out with a wet towel and a water. Make sure it's all nice and smooth. I'm gonna let it dry for just 1 to 2 hours, and now I'm removing my IOD inlay, and look how beautiful it looks with these beautiful pastel bunnies and bushes around it. It looks just perfect. I am gluing my smaller egg sign into the large one. I have also created a large bow with this cute pink ribbon that I purchased from Amazon. I will have the links in my description box, and I am gluing it on top of my smaller egg. To finish off this look, I'm adding one of those molds that I created with resins. I painted in a coral pinkish color, and I am gluing it on the bottom part of my smaller egg. I'm also distressing it with a lighter pink paint, and then with the same paint I went over the edges on the smaller egg and on the larger egg for extra detail. And this look is complete. For my next creation, I'm using those large jumbo sticks from Walmart. I need 10 of them cut on 3 inches. I will need 5 for each side, and I am creating awning or a canopy roof for my flower / candy cart that I will create. I'm gluing them, and then in between I'm adding a smaller wooden pieces to make them more sturdy, and those little pieces won't be visible because they will be on the inside part of the roof. So now that I glue 5 pieces, I will add extra 5 pieces the same way like I created those, with connecting them with just a little mini wooden skewer in between to make my roof more sturdy. Now that the roof is done, I will add it on one of those wooden crates from Dollar Tree, with adding the wooden skewers and adding those wooden skewers inside of my cute paper straws that I got in my stash, and I am gluing them in the middle part of my crate. I am also adding a glue on top of the straws so I can add the roof, and I have a perfect cute mini cart that we can add some candy, we can add some eggs, or we can just add some flowers for our home decor look. First, I painted my crate with pink and white stripe, but I decided to paint my crate with just a white chalk paint, and then for the roof I will add some stripes with white and pink. To complete this look, I will be adding some embellishment with these brush IOD molds that I created with resins, and I am using one of those brushes, painting it in a pink color. And also for the inside part, I will be adding some IOD transfers, but you can always add those stickers from Dollar Tree who look similar like brooches, and it will look beautiful on your floral / candy cart as well. I will be gluing this embellishment in the middle part of my crate. Also, I made some pink wheels with these half wooden beads painted in a pink paint. I am gluing them together, and also for extra little detail, I decided to add one of those wordings from IOD transfers just to make them like a French country shabby chic cart, and this look is complete. Another amazing find from Dollar Tree are those silver trays. Sorry for the lights. I painted with the yellow paint, 2 good coats, and now I am adding a different paint inlays on those two with some cute bunnies. So I'm adding an extra wet paint to apply those bunnies, same way like I did on my other paint inlays, spraying them with the water and then smoothing them out with dabbing a wet towel and let them to get dry for an hour to 2 hours until the paint inlay is applied on my tray. I repeated the same step on my second tray as well. And now, while my inlays are drying on the edges, I am just distressing them with this rusted gold matte finish paint that I got in my stash. This is similar like Rub and Buff, just to get that extra little detail on my cute decorative trays, and you will have a perfect look for Easter vignette. I'm removing my inlay sheets with adding a water and wet towel, and also I have created lace bows for those trays. I glue them on the top and on the bottom, and this look is complete. I love those wooden pieces, blanks from Dollar Tree. I also painted with a yellow paint. I added another layer of a wet yellow paint, and I'm adding another sheet of a paint inlay with this bunny and some bushes, and I have a perfect cute tabletop for my vignette. Now that it's dry, I am taking you up close to see how beautiful it is to work with those inlays. I am repeating the same step with the dabbing a wet towel and a water and simply removing this inlay sheet, and you have a perfect look for this bunny. Also around the edges, I will add some green ink just to give some rustic look to it, and this look is done. I found this cute butterfly cutout and this cute new galvanized bee planter. I will give them a nice makeover with covering the butterfly with this metallic gold finish from Dollar Tree, and I will let it dry. I love this planter with rhombus lines as ribs and bees in between, so I decided to highlight the rhombus lines with a permanent black marker until the whole planter is covered with those lines. It's super quick and easy, but at the end you will have such a high-end look that you will not know that we only spent $1.25 for this planter. Now that the lines are all covered with a black marker, I am using my golden marker and adding highlights on top of it, and I'm distressing the bees with the marker too, so I can get that golden shade. Another little detail, I'm highlighting the top and the bottom with a black marker, and when that is done, I will attach the butterfly that we added the golden finish to it. To attach the butterfly on the back of my planter, I will be using a small piece of a wood stick and adding it on the bottom part of the butterfly. I am adding a tacky glue and a hot glue for immediate gluing, and I will add that on the back part of my planter. And you have a brand new look for this planter. For embellishments, I will be using these cute honeybee jewels that I got in my stash. I got them from Amazon, and I will be overlaying them on top of each bee that is on my planter. I added a tacky glue and a hot glue, and I am covering the whole planter with those cute honeybees. I decided to rise up my planter a little bit with adding 4 black beads on the bottom part of it. I'm filling out the planter with some bags and some tissues. On top of it, I'm gluing some floral foam, and I will be adding some yellow flowers with some greeneries. I'm also covering the floral foam with the green moss. You can always add a real plant and it will look beautiful for your indoor or outdoor look. And another little detail are those LED solar lights from Dollar Tree. I'm adding one with the butterfly in the middle part of the planter between the flowers, and it's done. I got this plastic tray from Dollar Tree. I give it a nice 3 good coats with a white chalk paint, and now I will decoupage it with this Harlequin with bee napkin. I'm tracing it over with fingers to see how much of this napkin I need. I will remove the 2 other layers from this napkin. I will cut off the excess, and then with a Mod Podge, I will decoupage it inside of this tray. Super quick and easy makeover. After I cut off the excess on all four sides, I'm adding a Mod Podge, and layer by layer, I am smoothing it out slowly. And with my decoupage brayer, I gotta be careful because this napkin is super tiny. I don't want to rip it off, and I am covering my whole tray with it. And after that, I will seal the napkin with a Mod Podge, and then I will let it dry for like 1 hour to 2 hours. And then to smooth it even more, I use my parchment paper and my mini press. I went over it, and that part is done. Also, for extra embellishment, I went over with a gold finish around the edges of the napkin, and with a gold marker I went over with the handles and around it, and I distress it just lightly with a metallic finish. And you have a brand new look for this tray that you can use outdoor when you're serving some coffee or tea, or you can use it as a decorative piece. Like this tall planter from Dollar Tree, but I decided to give it a nice makeover with covering it all with a white chalk paint. And now that it's dry, I grabbed one of those sponge brushes from Dollar Tree, and with a black paint, I am creating polka dots all over this planter. And we will turn this planter into this fancy, shabby chic, high-end French look for indoor and outdoor decor. I'm also distressing the top and the bottom with a black paint, and after that with the white paint I am adding on each polka dot some shadow with a white paint just to give them that 3D effect on the polka dots. I will be also using one of those oval wood plaques from Dollar Tree. I am heavy distressing it with this metallic gold finish from Dollar Tree. I love this paint. It's like a rusticy gold finish. And from Dollar Tree, I also grabbed one of those rings, and I will be using the largest one. I painted them with a white paint, and now I will add them between the planter with gluing them on the bottom part on top of the wood plaque. And to put them together, I will tie them with a one Chanel stamp in the middle on top. This is such a quick and easy makeover, and at the end it will look so high-end that nobody will know that we made it with Dollar Tree items. Now that I cut off the Chanel stamp, I am filling out my planter with some random greeneries and flowers. I also found those new eucalyptus from Dollar Tree with the purple ends. It looks so beautiful and high-end. I cut a couple of those stems. I also added inside of my planter, And now to cover my stem on top and also for extra embellishment, I found those large 3D butterflies at Dollar Tree, and I'm adding one on top of it where I added the Chanel stem. You can leave it like it is, but also you can add extra more butterflies on the side of the rings. It will look amazing. Next makeover, I grabbed a couple of those leaf garlands and those mini pots and one of those foam rings, and I will create wreath with two of those leaf garlands. I will wrap them around the foam ring, and then I will cut off a couple of leaves and I will glue them on top of the garland so I can make the foam ring not visible, if that makes sense. So more fuller this ring is, the better will look. And now that I added the garlands, I'm adding more leaves to it from my third garland and covering the whole wreath with it. I'm also adding some peaks of flowers and more leaves to it to make this wreath more fuller and more high-end. I have also created 4-loop bow with this checkered ribbon, and I'm adding it on top of the wreath. For extra embellishment, I also created this cute mini pot with some flowers and moss, and I'm also distressing it with a white paint, and I am creating a tag with this wood mini round piece, and I'm adding some rub-on transfer on top of it with some cohesive roses and flowers to add it on the pot. I added some stick on the back on my tag, and I'm adding the tag inside of my pot, and I will add this pot on the bottom part of my wreath. I also sealed my transfers with a clear wax, and our wreath is done, and I really love how it came out. I have also found those mini 4 sets of pots at Dollar Tree, and I grabbed the gray ones, and I will give them a nice makeover with painting them with a white chalk paint, and then I will decoupage them with a pink checkered napkin. Super quick and easy makeover to refresh your home for this spring and summer. I'm adding a layer of a Mod Podge, and I'm covering the pot with the napkin. Slowly with the fingers I'm smoothing it out, and I'm cutting the pieces on the napkin together so I can add the puzzles with this checkerboard. And also on top I'm adding Mod Podge to seal it and to smooth it even more out, and I am cutting off the excess on top and the bottom. I'm smoothing it out with the sponge brush, and super quick and easy decoupage makeover. I repeated the same step for my other two pots, and now to smooth them out, I'm adding a parchment paper and a mini press and a perfect new look for those three plastic pots that they don't even look like they're plastic now. To put them all together, I will create a mini riser with this floating wood shelf from Dollar Tree. All I did is I just added a wood beads on the bottom part, and then to cover those holes on top from this wood piece, I just tie a little piece of a twine and added on top of those holes, and I added the pots, and I have a perfect riser for my pots. To decorate my pots, I found those cute new pink bushes that they're exactly the same color like my pink checkered print is on my pots. I added 3 of those picks and I covered them with those stones, and new look for less than $5. There is something so special about the new life that comes with springtime. I hope these projects remind you of the hope we have this time of year. Jesus told us in John 16:33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." May your home be filled with peace and joy this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hype. God bless, my darlings, from me to you. Until next time, bye-bye.